For almost 300 years, the great authoritarian immortal dragonborn Olivine has ruled over the material realm of Silvernell. His fear of the water has kept him above the silver seas, yet he found an alliance with the evil mermaids of Eudothia to carry out his bidding. Over the years, the Genasies of the underwater kingdom of Azir have narrowly fought back the mermaids thanks to its just ruler, King Thryne, and his daughters. But times are changing. Olivine has died. The world of Silvernell is reborn. This is the story of a kingdom after war.
Everybody, welcome back to Adventures in Silvernell, the homebrewed fantasy world setting for our online game of Dungeons & Dragons 5e. I'm your Game Master, Scott Nicholson. Welcome back, everybody. We had a nice little week off so we could all rest. How are we all feeling this week?
Spectacular.
So good.
Splendid.
Ready to go.
Stellar.
All right, awesome. This is Princesses of Power, Episode 11, Campaign 4. Let's get into it because I actually wrote a recap this time. And I just went into the intro, but now we're back. Okay. Okay, off to a great start. All right, last time on episode 10, the Princesses of Azir were celebrated in an island-wide event in Ogba's temple on Sharkfood Island for their heroic dismantling of Saphiri and Shaman Chunta. They discovered Shaman Chunta was working with the merfolk and was a prominent partner with the recently deposed Olivine. Princess Celia was anointed with the task of choosing the new leader of the new Sapphire Fist tribe when the time comes. Princess Venfira was bestowed magical rooter to better aid her in her diplomatic calming of tensions from the merfolk of Eudothia. Princess Arista completed training, gaining a proficiency with water vehicles, and further cemented her position as the driver of the princesses.
Yeah.
But the tea that spilt, that has everyone perky, is Princess Mizuminu's drunken admission that she is jealous of Princess Celia, and what Mizu views as an easy life being a representative of the relaxed Sharkfood Island. She admitted her disdain for having to be something for Azir that she does not believe she is, putting on a front to create the ideal image for the palace and the kingdom's people. Our party then set off on a boat that must be delivered to a Triton named Bakwajir in Yarmouth. As they sail off, they say goodbye to Sharkfood Island and hello to the vast, open silver seas and what will be a 4-day trip to Yarmouth. We return tonight around noon that same day after about a 4-hour rest. So everyone does have a short rest. Don't believe you need it. I don't think anything was really expended, but you have it. So we are now in the middle. Well, I won't say the middle. We are in the ocean. You can't see anything around you. It's open water. I will show you guys on the map. You are on this boat here.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I'm on a boat.
And Alyssa has been driving, but everyone's had time to see the inside of the boat. This is inside the boat. It's very nice. It's kind of tribal. It's not as mosaic as the outside. There is a hanging shark bone chandelier. It's very cozy inside. There's not 4 or 5 beds because this is made for one man. So there is a bed. Does have a fold-out couch. It's very relaxed and warm on the inside. So, welcome
Nice.
back.
Cozy.
It's very. I give it to you.
Does this thing have automatic pilot or something?
You don't see any automatic piloting on there. It's very simple design, but there are a couple notches to your left and right that you could tie off the reins to the manta ray that is leading the ship.
Okay. Are we at a point in our journey that we're going basically the same direction for a while, or should I not walk away?
Yeah, I think you're going straight. Last time we ended, I do want to say, I asked for a check in your driving of the ship, and you rolled a 14. So you are driving straight forward right now. You haven't seen land in 4 hours. You did see the disappearing of shark food behind you. So you are off on a straight trajectory. If you want to turn the ship, you'll have to grab the reins again.
Okay, well, just let me know if that's necessary during my navigation, because I'm sure that Arista would know at this point where she's going. But if she has a minute, she's going to go find Minzu.
Mizu is definitely asleep on that couch, still sleeping off her drunken craziness, not really wanting to wake up and process that yet.
Yeah, she sits with Seer, probably where you left her. You helped her get on the ship, and then
Yeah, she was dead drunk when we carried her on the ship.
She's pretty blackout drunk, and I used all those spells, and so like Seer's also pretty tired. So she's just like has Mizu head on her lap, and she's just kind of like just resting, like kind of petting her, just like half asleep, really. It's a very calm times. Well, she's quiet, so probably not too great.
Do either of you need healing?
No, I think just sleeping it off, it should be okay, and I'm fine. I've just used a lot of magic. It just takes it out of you, you know. You just wake up and you're like, bam. It's hard.
Okay.
Howard,
we'll go back to driving the ship then.
is that going well? This is
I
a very
think
nice.
so. It's very comfortable in here, isn't it?
It is. Well, if it doesn't go well, let us know, because we, you know, I don't know how. I don't drive, so I wouldn't know good from bad. So I'm gonna trust you to like holler or something if things
Currently,
get
our
wonky.
manta ray is on cruise control, so
That's good to know. Lily started looking for Celia. Just kind of looking around.
I think Celia would be on top of the ship, just like sitting inside of a coiled rope, laying back in the sun.
She must be laying up top on the roof. Does that?
I'll go
Well,
check in with her for you. Camper scamper.
you know, thank you. Back to petting.
Hi, Celia.
Hey, rope?
Sure.
She offers a coil of rope.
Ursa will pop herself right in the middle. How you doing?
Doing great. It's a wonderful day out.
Pretty.
Gotta
I don't get to
appreciate.
spend a lot of time in the sun, but I imagine you do.
It's definitely enjoyable. I would have to recommend you to, you know, soak it up while it's here.
Vinfira's gonna kind of like sit up from a separate but nearby Celia, like parallel play basically. They're like doing two separate things in the same area. She's gonna kind of glance up and be like, I never really got the appeal of sunbathing, but I understand it quite a bit now, I have to say.
Well, I like it because it's generally like in the ocean, it's cold all the time, just generally. But up top, you get to warm up. You don't have to do anything for it.
Oh, if you think it's
Nice.
cold at home, wait till we get to Dothia.
Is
What are you
it
doing
deep?
breathing air?
It is deep. It is also in the Arctic, and breathing air, that took some getting used to. But it's kind of nice, you know, instead of having water, you kind of go, ah.
I
You know?
used like a whole set of things that you never use underwater, I think.
You know, I always thought that lungs were vestigial organs, but I see how necessary they are now.
Good spot to hit, do you think?
I think that if you're above water, if you punch someone in the lungs, they'd be all, you know?
Pretty sure if you punch somebody's lungs under the water, they'd be two.
What if you take somebody from above the water, put them into the water, and then punch their lung?
They'd probably be all like,
Yeah.
she makes this like really gross like gurgling noise that like doesn't sound like
Unless they can breathe underwater like us, and then I don't think it would matter where you punch their lungs.
Hmm.
We'll have to test this out.
I will happily
Okay.
take notes on that encounter.
For science.
All right, we're holding each
scientific
other
purposes.
accountable for this.
You're holding that person accountable for whatever evil, debaucherous acts they may be doing. I'm notes.
Okay.
Celia
Celia.
doesn't like to get her hands dirty.
I'm fine with getting my hands dirty. I
We
have
know.
gloves sometimes. You know, I take them off, and then I'm ready for court.
Well, I mean, if I do have to get them dirty, I'm usually, it's like a teeth or a flipper or something of that sort.
Hmm.
Oh, what was the word for it? The feet, the little paws.
Oh.
Oh,
I learned that one. That was a new one.
that's the thing that the monkeys have.
Yes, and apparently, if the monkey's paw does like this, it's not good.
Okay.
I
So
don't
we
know
should
why.
be on a lookout for monkeys making fists.
I think that monkeys making fists would be bad for at least 2 reasons.
Okay.
At least 2.
Have you guys
Okay,
read any
well-
good books recently? Yeah, no,
I've
yeah,
read
we
a
can.
lot of books. Would you like to borrow one? I have a library in my bag.
Do you have any like short ones?
Oh yeah, sure. She fishes into her bag of holding and she'll pull out like a YA, like babysitter club type paperback and hand it to Celia.
Oh, this is
And
perfect.
she'll reach back in again and grab like a Harlequin romance and hand it to Vinfira.
Oh. I haven't read this one yet. Do you also have any of those, those encyclopedias about all the land animals?
She'll stick her whole head into the bag of holding and look around for a minute.
Azir
gonna
does
call
not
out.
have a book about land animals, unfortunately.
Nope.
Gonna call out one with pictures? Oh. Well, that's too bad. I guess I'll just have to do some careful observations.
Well,
You
if it
can
means
write it.
anything, I feel like we're gonna go to a lot of underwater places, and a lot of land animals don't really vibe with that.
Well, what if we go back above the water?
That is where we're going eventually, isn't it?
It could be part of a long-term project. We can try to find a book of land animals for
I'm really good at finding books.
you.
Yeah, you are, Arista. And she's
Sometimes
gonna,
you
like,
just
reach over
take
and-
them.
I found it.
Like
So-
sometimes you like find it on a person.
Ah, yes. But if they aren't reading it, what's the point?
Finders keepers.
Yeah.
Yeah, got you.
I don't have to keep it. They can have it back when I'm done.
But you're gone.
Well, I suppose they would have to catch me.
That's the hard part.
I don't do it on purpose. I just want a quiet place to read.
Okay. I hope I didn't
Yeah,
mess
you
up your
know.
morals by suggesting this idea.
I'm not sure my moral compass is fully developed yet because I haven't been out of the kingdom very much.
That's a great way to look at life.
It's like a to be determined. A nice little TBD.
I'm gonna go back to driving the ship now. Scampers
Okay.
off.
Meanwhile, below the deck, inside the ship, as Seer is stroking the head of Mizu, who's asleep, in her little basket on the ground that's magically enhanced to contain water and not throw out sides. Little Ganon sticks his head out in his little flippers at the side. Seer, you notice he's just staring right at you, and he goes, "Ah, aren't you proud of her? She did so good."
You know, it's still weird because I know I can talk to animals, but I know I didn't do the thing to talk to animals, so that means you're talking to me, and that's weird. Not Ganon.
Well, there's not a lot of people to talk to in this fucking basket. Not a lot of flipper room.
We can put some like little fish in there if you want.
No, that's not a request, just an observation. I'm bored.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, we are also basically trapped in a basket. Ours just has air in it instead of water.
Ooh,
So you're like in a basket inside of a basket.
interesting. You're really smart, Princess Seer. Any thought about joining, Patron Side?
Did you hear the part where you said you're pretty smart, Seer, and then you said the other thing that would go against being smart?
Well, I am just a turtle after all.
Yeah, we know for fact that you're not just a turtle based on this conversation we're having right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Sticks a little fin up on Lena's head.
I don't know, it's just all this water. I'm trying to get to land, trying to find a book, Just could be...
I don't know if you've heard, but there are lots of books under the sea.
Oh, not this one, Seer. It's a very powerful book. You just write a little name and poof, they're gone,
But it does seem pretty useful.
I mean, I've got a lot of power, Princess. Look what I just let Sleeping Beauty do. She made a whole fucking colossal shark disappear.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We were basically on Magic Crack because we were also colossal, so I don't know if I can give you all that credit. But noted, she can do cool things because of you. But I do also note that you don't have that book.
Not yet. Not yet.
I also note that you don't have hands.
Well, I do, just not inner mind. Down below where I'm at home. I've got hands. You can't see this right now, but I'm waving them. Ooh, look at me go, look at me go. Of course, you can't see that, but...
Yeah, it's not really landing. But speaking of land, that is where the book is, where you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And this version of you doesn't have hands. So I'm thinking that book sounds like fair game.
Wait, what do you mean, like, fair game? Like, you wanted to?
Oh, well, I did promise my sister I'd help her find that book, and I'd hate to break my promise. I gotta keep my word.
Oh, you'll also find it to give to your sister. Oh, yes. Woo! I got a little nervous. Can't...
It's funny how you
Can't wipe
said the first part, and then you said the second part, but I only said the first part. But yeah, it's sort of similar to that.
Oh, okay. I don't fully comprehend it, but it's gotta be good, right?
For me, absolutely. For Azir, amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know, you seeing anybody right now?
Well, and my tattoo kind of like writhes and a little scaly dragon comes out. I've already got my own little friend, and he works for me.
Oh.
So, it'd be weird if I I worked for you, but I also own my own business. That kind of seems like I'd be going backwards, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, how is that business? It's something, right?
Oh, well, this
Alyssa walks through the room as she's talking and heard the question about seeing someone and her boyfriend is no longer an option. And then she goes through the room.
Oh, yeah, your little servant boyfriend. Yeah, you don't really have to worry about that, He's fine where he is.
I don't really care where he is, nor is he my boyfriend, nor is he offering power, so we know you're not talking about seeing that kind of person.
Well, aren't you just a little curious where he went? Where Daddy sent him? Oh, wait a minute. He killed him.
Well, I killed him first, then I brought him back. So, I wanted to kill him again, but Daddy was just being so Daddy about it, so I
you don't
really
know.
hope. I really hope he's dead.
He's
and
not.
I'm mad that
Spoiler alert.
you've been here. You don't know that.
Oh, but I do know. I know exactly where he sent him. I heard it.
Well, listen. As long as I don't know, it's fine. Because if I happen to see him, that will be the last thing he sees. And that just really sounds like a him problem that I would love to solve, but it's not really a pressing matter. I do have to leave the sea, so unless he happens to be on land,
He is. Oh, there I go, spoiling everything.
oh well.
Liberation Island.
It's like that's land adjacent, so I guess that counts. It is, it's like an island.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to go to him, he's very close. You could get to land. And then while you're there, I don't know, pulling something out of my shell, find my book.
So you think your book's on Liberation Island?
I don't necessarily know exactly where it is, but as soon as we get to land, I'll get my feelers out. I'll feel it. I'll feel for it.
I don't want to be that girl, but it kind of seems like you're doing this thing. Venfira calls it bluffing.
No, I'm not doing that. No.
No, I think these feelers are as reachy as you want them to be.
Okay, don't take my word for it. A book like that in your hands could be very powerful. I could see into your soul when you touched my other book.
What book?
The book she's got. The one you
Oh.
touched. Remember, you
No,
did like that crazy thing and saw my bedroom?
I did take that book.
Yeah, you touched it.
How's the soul? Your thoughts?
Oh, it's very good, very good. Got a lot going in it for you. Especially that little dark secret of magic you have. Where did they train that? That secret organization you're part of? Ooh, I love secrets. You gonna tell your sisters about that?
You can't talk about secrets, then it's not really a secret.
Oh,
Ganon.
that's true, that's true. Don't worry, I don't know much about it, or I'd tell them. I'm all for chaos.
Hey, if you say it, that's on your soul, not mine. And I've just heard stories about people with feelers, and I've heard my friends preach pretty far too. So just be careful.
Yeah, good point. Well, if you don't mind, it seems like this girl's gonna be out for a while, so I'm gonna disconnect and go talk to some friends, Have a little shindig.
With your hands.
No. What?
Like, will it be, or will you be another pet, or will it be your actual friends?
No, like I'm gonna go see. I'm in the Underdark. There's more people here.
It just seems like you spend a lot of time possessing animals because you may or may not be lonely, and I was just curious if.
Oh, I am not lonely. What an absurd thing to say. I have plenty of friends. Trust me. Lots of demons.
Well, you do. I hope you have an excellent time, and I will be sure to check on those demons when you get back.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, wait, I think I hear one of them coming now. I'd love to hang out, but what? Oh, gotta go. Popular. And then the turtle Ganon just returns back to normal.
Yeah, I like you this way, Ganon. It's more authentic. Silent but deadly. I like it. Kind of pet him just a little bit. And then I close the hamper back. just stay in there now. And then I'm gonna I got my shield on me, and I'm gonna thaumaturgy some like thunder noises, rain sounds to kind of give Mizu some like calming effect. I'm like, here you go. just rest. Also calms me because I'm trying to get my 4 hours. If I can get to that long rest, that'd be spell slot amazing. Just kind of hitting that. Rissy, if you need anything, just holler. Just holler. and she will spend some time just.
I would
calming her.
like to add too, when Mizu sleeps, she's literally like a corpse. So she doesn't move at all. She's not making like any noises. You probably like couldn't feel her breath unless you put your finger like under her nose, and so she's literally just like in corpse mode this whole time. Hasn't stirred at all.
Hashtag art imitates reality. That wasn't a diss, I'm just saying what you do. Ooh, someone doesn't move in their sleep.
I'm rotisserie chicken, so I'll be like,
I'm the opposite. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm like a roller coaster when I sleep.
Bro, I be taking those covers.
Michael takes the covers.
not me.
Meanwhile,
Grab them back.
some more hours pass as people are sunbathing, locking up baskets of turtles, and driving a ship. So another 4 hours have passed. Still, a full 8 hours pass. There's a long rest. You still see no land.
Seer pops up, and she kind of like stretches her shoulders. She's like, "Ooh, all right." She grabs her staff and she starts to shake it, and she casts Good Berry, and 10 berries start to fall out of her little the shell, the conch she holds. She just shakes it and it kind of drop into her hand. She eats 2. She is gonna like move Mizu's stiff ass body off of her and like put her like just gonna lay her down and be like boop, and place 2 berries on the side of her like little like imagine like a hotel, like wake up and there's 2 berries next to you. Boop, boop. And then I will pass 2 of them to each of the other sisters, and so I'll just walk around and good morning. It's not morning. It's fully like middle of the night. I'm like, I feel so rested.
It's 4 o'clock. It's 4 p.m.
Yeah, she's like, I just woke up and starting my day at 4 p.m. Me in real life, I'm like, yes. And so she's gonna go around and give people some berries. She's like, you should eat this.
Are we supposed to eat both of them?
I just felt like it'd be rude to give you one, but you really just need one. And I had 10, and they go bad, so I was just.
So wait,
No. You don't have to eat both of them.
okay, but to like savor it, yeah. Okay,
Right.
definitely. Pop.
Thank you, makes me feel better. Berry.
Ow.
And then I go to the cockpit. It's not what you call that, but whatever. I'm going to the cockpit, and I'm gonna bring Arista berries for the driver.
Ew.
And
She swallows them whole.
I feel like for you that's weird because I feel like you're just like those are kind of big berries in your throat. It's fine. I'm not gonna think about it too much.
Michael reminded me tonight that axolotl swallowed their food whole. So that's really funny timing.
Great. Like, oh, you could have taken. Okay. And then she would kind of go back and sit next to Mizu. She's kind of like done the whole like babysitting her thing. She's like, okay, great. Now she's kind of sitting there like, what to do? And she's kind of like, just existing. And pass.
Celia reapplies sunscreen.
Minfear's like, what is that? What are you putting on?
Oh, this is it's like a paste that you're supposed to put on your skin because the sun is like always attacking you. It's like a Constitution saving throw that you always fail. And so you gotta like put this paste on, which is basically like armor against the sun's like constant attack, relentless.
What's a
But you have to
Constitution
reapply it.
saving throw?
Oh, it's in this book that I'm reading. It's really interesting.
Minfear's gonna like lift up the cover a little bit to see what it is.
Arista actually handed her the player's handbook.
Yeah, perfect.
HB. It's now canon.
I'm really excited. I could be like Dungeon Master, and then like the 4 of you guys could play for me. This would be great.
Let's play a game within a game. That's so much. This is too much.
Well,
But yeah,
regardless
sunscreen. You
of
should put
that.
some on, or else you're probably gonna hurt later.
so the sun it's sentient? It attacks people?
I don't think it's like on purpose. Like like the waves, like they crash really hard, and that can hurt people. But it's not like trying to do that. It just does that.
Strange.
You should probably get a. I'm gonna go give Arista some sunscreen too, because they've also been out here.
That seems wise.
Chuck it over to Arista.
Do you have more, or is there just the one?
Oh, there's just. I didn't know that you didn't grab any.
Oh,
Run over, pick it up, bring it back.
Just gonna-
Cool. Now in like 2-ish, 3-ish hours, I don't really read the label, so I don't know. But you should reapply.
Oh, okay, cool. Well,
Yeah, chuck it
I'll
back
keep that
over
in
to
mind.
Arista.
Oh,
Yeah.
incoming, Arista. Just as like, donk.
Would you already be a little sunburnt? I feel like you definitely would. If you were out there for over 4 hours with nothing on until now, like never being in the sun.
A fried fish.
You know what?
Wah, wah.
Let's test this theory. Venvira Constitution saving throw.
Nice.
That book is good.
I can't help but act on the book.
Life imitates art, you know, as they say.
They do say that.
Literally said it 10 minutes ago.
15?
Venvira is not sunburned, but
just
Venvira
enough
is getting a
FPS.
little skin tingly.
Oh,
You feeling warm?
the sun's attacking me. Oh, I have to go. She like scurries off.
Oh, you made her scared of the sun.
She scared her. Now
Hey, thanks
she's
for
to learn
the
about
sub.
umbrellas. Ooh,
Thank you
thank
for the
you
sub.
sub.
Another hour passes.
Seer is gonna spend some time with Venfira, and she's going to. Seer's gonna to use her Fey animal companion. What is it called? I use my druidic wild shape. But instead of wild shaping, I'm summoning a familiar. I can't think of the actual words for that, but it's a Fey companion. Thank you. Someone fact check that. But those are the words. Druid to do it. Great. Thank you, Tasha's. And I make a snake, and I show it to her, and I'm like, so this little thing, it can like move on land, and also it can move in the water. It's really good at swimming. I know. I'm just
Is
kind
it
of
like an eel, but a land eel?
when it wants to be, because sometimes it could. Well, I guess it just doesn't do the shocking thing. It's like a diet eel. I guess it's eel-like,
eel.
like a
Eel-esque.
cousin. Like it could be like a cousin of an eel. It does
Are
eel-like things.
She kind of like reaches out.
Poke. It's gonna poke my snake.
Well, oh, it's a snake?
Yeah.
Oh. I saw a few of those on Shark Food Island. They looked quite, how you say, dangerous.
But useful. They have this thing they do where they like wrap things up and then it can't move. When they're bigger, they're really useful in combat. I'd use those, and so I'm really familiar.
Oh, okay. You just, I'll commit that one to memory. Is it? Oh, I did see one of those particularly large snakes. It was about this wide, and she like looks. How long is this boat? Like, ish.
70 feet long, roughly.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a good quarter of this boat's length. That was a large snake. It was yellow, actually. It reminded me of what are those tropical fruits? The long ones, not the spiky ones. The spiky ones were quite difficult to eat, and then I learned you're supposed to cut off the spiky part. That was very confusing. Bananas. A banana snake.
Okay. Yeah, if they are that size, sometimes they can even swallow things. So, pretty useful. You were looking for things to turn into, so this could be an option for you since you can do both.
I could
Just
be
wanted to.
very large snake. I don't know if I eat anyone.
You can throw them back up after.
Wait, what did you say?
Sometimes they squeeze things to death.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
you got options. Squeeze them if you're medium size, and if you're large ones, they can just swallow you whole. So.
I have no idea where you are on the ship. I'm just assuming that you're within earshot.
Oh, I've yelled at you before. It's okay. We're good.
Yeah.
Fira's like hiding from the sun. She's like
inside with me. Hello. I don't do sun either, so I'm like, hello.
Arista,
like,
you see something large bobbing in the water about 50 feet in front of you.
Oh my gosh, I need to steer around this large object. Is it moving?
The water's very still, kind of like in the movie Life of Pi, when it almost looks like flat water, clear sky. It almost like reflects the sky. It looks like you're just basically in a nice, beautiful void, heavenly. No, you're swimming. It's not directly in front of you. It looks like you're going to pass it in a little bit. It doesn't look large, maybe the size of like half of Mizu's carriage.
So, probably not an island of any kind. If I consult my maps, can I make sure that that's not any piece of land that has been charted?
I don't think you would not be able to recognize the land until you got on it, and even then you'd have to do exploring to realize, because you've never been on these islands, you don't really know how to track the stars, or you really have no idea where you are until you see some land. But I'll let you roll a perception check to see maybe what that thing is that you're coming towards. Or your
That's
passive.
a 26.
Oh my god. Okay, that is a dead, extremely bloated dolphin floating in the water.
Oh no!
How
Hey
bloated.
guys! I think you should come and see this.
And Fira's gonna like come forward and like, she's gonna pause and like peek at the edge.
Celia,
I hope this is a
sit
fun
up.
thing.
Sorry, it's not. Remember how all these people were dying and they got really bloated and their blood like turned to vinegar and whatnot?
Yes.
Yes.
It looks like maybe we have another victim.
Oh, that smells wretched.
And it's not a person. So
I
now-
mean, right, I guess it's not a humanoid at all.
Or it's not a human. Yeah, correct. The
It
right
took
words.
me a second, I was like, well, but nobody else was a person either. But like,
It's not it's an animal. Ah!
are you
Species.
more upset now because it's an animal?
About this time, because ships don't go too fast. You're passing beside it, and you see very bloated dolphins, obviously dead. Its color's faded a little bit. It does have cracks and stuff, and the water around it is very murky.
I'm gonna pull on the reins a little bit to pause in this area. Do we maybe want to take a sample of the water or investigate this carcass?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like it's like making this thing nasty. So, do we need to clean it out? I don't want to bring it with us.
Well, how are we going to clean it? This happens
I
all
don't-
the time.
Wait. Oh, Missy!
You gonna get her to banish it?
Hey, I could try. She makes things disappear. It's always worth a shot.
I guess you're not wrong.
I mean, it's an automatic failure on its part if you do.
this is how we clean the ocean. Just send it to somewhere else. We don't know where.
Well, this would be its original plane of existence, so it will come back in a minute.
Can we put
So that won't work.
Yeah, I also don't come. Mizu does not come when she is cold because she's still out.
Damn, that girl's still asleep. Huh. Okay, so we could definitely take a sample. But are we?
Should we like go down to get it, or should we bring it up to us? That's some nasty water.
It,
Well, we
it
can't
seems
bring it
like it'll
up
be
here.
Yeah. I don't.
See, don't you normally deal with death and bones and...
Yeah,
you
them
know.
don't normally look like that, so I don't know what. I don't know what's going on here, which is why I'm
You can't make
confused.
it
Does
not
anybody
that.
have a straw or like several straws?
Are you going to drink it?
I'm just going to dip the straw in and then suction a sample out.
I do, from all those bar crawls, have a reusable straw on my person, if y'all remember that. So.
Oh, that's right. Somebody get me Mizu's
That'll-
straw, or I'm just gonna run to her bag and get it
Never use that
because I
frog,
probably
good
know
girl.
exactly where it is.
Okay, as you go through her bag, she does have a couple of the glasses, and there's one straw. The straw is like wedged in this like it's like an item she has is like a glass box that looks like it's got like a dehydrated blowfish in it, but it's like crammed
Whoa.
in. Like I guess when they put it in the bag, it kind of crammed into the crack.
Can I pull it out?
Yes, but that cracks open that glass thing a little bit.
Oops, my bad.
It's okay. It
Run
didn't,
away
like,
with the
didn't
straw.
like break the glass. It doesn't like break the glass. It just opens the box.
Oh, I see. What's in the box?
It's a glass box. It's about
back.
this shape, and it looks like it's got like a pillowy thing on it, like an engagement ring box kind of, and it's got like a dehydrated blowfish on it.
That's weird. Okay, back to work.
Okay, you got the straw.
Is there... Sorry, y'all. Is there somewhere a deck close enough to the surface of the water that I could reach out and take a sample with the straw?
You could probably like hang off the side of the ship and then reach down to the water and probably take it. It's probably about far enough, but it's not directly
Great.
at the water.
Do we have a jar to keep it in? Of some kind.
I think there's a bucket on board.
I mean, I could use one of these glasses Mizu apparently stole from the bars. He did mention there were a few glasses in there. I just don't know what we would, like, cover it with.
But we have this bucket. We can just place it on top.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around for like a jar somewhere because I mean this is like a ship for like at least one person. Like
Yep.
there might be like something to store things somewhere.
Come on, find a jar.
As you look around without having to roll the checks, you find there are no miscellaneous objects. This boat was recently made and designed, so
Yeah.
it's not stocked.
We're delivering it in
IKEA-ass boat.
pristine condition.
Which is also why I don't want to bring this nasty thing on board. Because I'm like, oh.
I'm gonna run back to Mizu's bag and grab one of the glasses for now and then figure out the rest later.
You have one of Mizu's glasses.
So the
Okay,
problem
cool.
is... So the problem is, Vinny, I can't
Cool.
turn animals into things. I'm only good with like dead humanoids. So like it's out of my like wheelhouse. If it was a human, I could ask it to get out of the water. But it's an animal, so it's just gonna be dead. If I killed it, then I could do something about it. But I didn't kill it, so I thought.
Well, Mizu made people look like different people earlier. Maybe she can make the dolphin look like a people, and then you can do something about it.
Oh, or maybe she'd make the dolphin look like something significantly smaller and less stinky.
But it still would be one a person or one an animal, or it's still stinky and the same size. It would just look that way because again, we know it's an illusion. Don't believe your own scams, ladies.
Arissa's just
Downhill.
gonna go back to the and like giddy up the manor egg and make the executive decision. We're just gonna leave.
As you go past this, off a little, maybe about 10, 15 minutes, you see another,
Oh God.
and another, and
Jeez.
another, and as you're trying to avoid going around, it's not very difficult because you're going rather slow to get around these. You see a bunch of them surrounding the front of a ship. Looks like this ship is sinking, and just the front is on. And there's a big pole with something humanoid with a limb tied to the mast that's just like hanging off. It looks like a female human.
Arista, I think we're gonna need more glasses for all these samples.
Also, does it look like these things just like in the water and around this sinking ship, or does it look like they're like making the ship sink? Are they like attached to it or anything? Or are they just like near a sinking ship, like sinking ship and?
Everyone who's looking at it, roll a perception check.
Okay.
18.
Thank you, concept. Perception is
13.
8.
Nine.
Okay, so you can't really tell except for Arista. Arista can see kind of, because the water's so clear and not really moving, you can see kind of in the water towards the middle of the ship, because if here's the water, the ship's like this. There's a huge scrape crack in the side of the ship. Maybe it hit something and it's sinking, and you kind of can see from where these are. It looks like the ship may have hit a couple of them or something.
Okay. I'm gonna try to steer the ship close enough where I would be in earshot of the humanoid, the human, and I'm going to yell and see if I can find out if they're alive.
Okay, roll because you're now dodging around a lot of these, so roll a sleight of hand. It is used to design, or this roll is used to steer the ship, so you have that proficiency.
Okay, so what does that mean I add to it? I got an 18 anyway. But
Just your proficiency bonus whenever you make a check
okay.
with this water vehicle.
in addition to being proficient at sleight of hand?
Yes.
Great, then it's a 22.
Okay, that humanoid female with dark hair that's down is either passed out, asleep, or dead. And it's just, like, attached to the mast, like...
Okay, so if she falls in the water, I can make her dead body get up and come to the ship.
What if
Just
she's
for
not
clarification.
dead?
Then it wouldn't work. But
Okay, well,
I could also heal her if she's not dead. Just playing options. But we should get her. Right?
okay.
Seems like a thing we should do. That seems like the princessly thing to do.
Yeah, what if
Proper.
I go ahead and cast Healing Word at her and see if she wakes up?
Hey.
And if she doesn't wake up, then we can just... I'll shoot my aquatic spear gun at it and at the rope that's tied to her limb, and she'll drop into the water.
Like, oh, I'll just heal her. Okay, girl.
I mean, if she doesn't wake up when I heal her, then she's probably dead, right?
That is true. Yeah.
We're just really tired.
I was like, yes.
Suppose.
No, I'm scared. I don't want to put her life in my hands. Just yell and hope for the best.
Arissa's gonna cast Healing Word.
Okay, I imagine that's a pretty long range. What is that, 60 feet?
60 feet.
Yeah, that's good enough. The ship that is sinking is maybe a tiny bit bigger than your ship. As you cast it, her eyes do open. All you can see her eyes are just looking around and sees your ship, but just hangs there.
Are you alright?
She looks at your direction but doesn't respond.
Then
Okay,
Fear is
maybe-
going to
Can I maneuver the ship underneath her and then we can cut her down?
Well, so
Well-
she's tied to the mast of the ship, which is in the middle of the front of the ship.
Oh, I have to go to the ship.
Are there like?
Okay.
That's what I was about to ask. Have I seen any like large enough birds? Like, I don't know, like a really big pelican or something, like a giant pelican.
You were out there for
Badass
4 hours. Roll.
I'm asking like
You
logistically.
personally have not. However, on this ship and where I know you're near in the ocean, roll me an insight check.
23.
A painting of an ocean bird somewhere in this
You-
cabin.
In the 4 hours, you have seen a pterodactyl.
I'm going
Nice.
dinosaur mode. Can I go dinosaur mode? Is that allowed?
I mean, if
Yeah,
the
fly on
challenge.
over there, pick her up.
Just your
But
Did you?
however, I will say you've seen a pterodactyl in the sky pretty far up. You have not had enough experience with a pterodactyl to know how to wild shape and gain its abilities and stuff. You have to spend a little bit of time
That's
with the
fair.
animals to gain that animal. You can't just be like, look at them 400 feet away and be like, that, I know every nuance of that. So you haven't
Okay.
seen it clear enough to be able to turn into it.
Okay. Have I seen
How
any
far away?
other animals that would be large enough to possibly carry a person? If not, I can be a regular bird, fly over there.
Based on everywhere you've been, especially Eudothians, I don't, and the sun is new. No, you don't know jack shit about birds. Sorry.
No, it's fine. That's what I wanted to ask
Yeah,
before I was like,
I don't. I can't make it make sense in my brain.
no, you're fine. Okay. But I've definitely seen like a seagull before.
Sure.
Like on Shark Food Island or something. They're
Yes.
just like,
You saw some
Player advantage.
Okay, next roll. Get a main player advantage.
Yeah.
You definitely saw some tropical birds on Shark Food Island. Yes.
okay. I'm going to wild shape into like a parrot. So that I can still like, I mean, I guess I could still speak even if I was wild shape, but whatever. For flair, I'm a parrot and it's colorful and pretty. I'm gonna fly over to her, and kind of, so the way that she's tied is like the only thing keeping her up, like the rope holding her.
Yes. It looks like it's tied all around her wrist and hand to the mast. And it's pretty poorly done. It looks like maybe she did it herself.
Okay, like a rush thing.
Oh.
Okay. I'm going to call out to Seir.
Now, question really fast. Do you have a special ability that allows you to talk in your wild shape? Because normal wild shape, you have to use the animal sounds. Now, parrot's pretty clever. You can be like,
Parrots can talk.
you can be like, ah, this girl's over here. You know, you can do kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. I would have to double check honestly. Let me look.
Parrot, she might
Might be what?
be infected.
Yeah, we don't really know how that spreads. That's what I was thinking about bringing that thing on. I was like,
In this case,
we don't really know anything about it except it exists. Or like,
in this case, as a parrot, we'll just say you can talk. Parrots can talk.
Okay.
Technically, they repeat sounds, but whatever.
Oh, she's heard a lot of sounds she can
That-
repeat.
I've
that's
heard
right.
many things.
That's right.
Um,
Loophole,
she's-
baby.
She's like flying kind of nearby. Not after Alyssa like yelled out like, "We don't know how it spread." She's like, "Oh yeah."
Roll a
She's
per-
gonna kind of.
Yep.
Oh. No, you're fine.
I cut you off, but it's for a check. Roll a perception check.
10.
You have advantage because main player advantage, so it's the
Oh my God.
17.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I hit it
in
twice.
her hand, she's got a piece of paper that's like she's holding tightly too.
Benfira's gonna kind of notice this and squawk. Can I have a paper?
She doesn't move her head. She just moves her eyes and looks at you. Doesn't move and doesn't say anything.
Blink once for yes, twice. Oh.
No response.
I I'm thinking she may not be here.
What? What do you mean?
Vinfira, kind of looks back and looks forward and kind of tries to swoop down and try and get the paper from her hand, like gently, not like pull it like hard because it might rip.
Okay, sleight of
but
hand check.
gently. Ooh, it's not very good. 11.
It's actually good enough because of her current state right now. She does not. She just kind of like lets her grip go with very little energy, and you pull this paper out. Pull it out. You can see it's got writing. Looks like it was written very fast.
She's gonna fly back over to everyone and like drop the paper for someone else to read.
Okay.
Let me read it.
Yeah, takes it up and hands it to her. There you go.
It says, "My dear family, and all may hear my voice. As our ship sinks into the abyssal depths and the waves of uncertainty crash around us, I want to speak from the deepest chambers of my heart. We embarked on this voyage as a family bound by love and shared dreams. The sea, once our ally, has now become a cruel adversary, threatening to tear us apart. In the face of this peril, I see the strength and resilience of each of you. My children, your unwavering courage and the love that binds us are the true treasures in this darkest hour. And to the mage, who festers with evil intent, the bonds of family and the shared experience we've cherished are not so easily severed. There is still a chance to make amends, to find a path to redemption, and to heal the wounds you've inflicted upon us. My hope, though it may flicker in the face of darkness, remains undying. Let us not forget the love and unity that have defined our family. May it guide us through these perilous waters, and may we find a way to emerge from this tempest stronger, wiser, and more united than ever before. Together, we shall confront the chaos that surrounds us and navigate our destiny to safer shores. I wish to see you again, my love, my children. And again, this mage, I have hope for you, even after everything you've done to us."
Is it signed?
No.
Okay. Did she look sick?
She looks... I will let Seer, probably the only one who's ever seen a human, maybe Celia. So I'll let Celia roll a investigation with disadvantage. I'll let Seer roll it just regularly. I'll let you roll an investigation. Because I imagine Sumplin has some humans every now and then. Sharkfoot Island might.
Well, I just imagine that if she were, slightly bloated or smelling like vinegar.
Oh, yeah. Not bloated. Not bloated.
Okay.
At all.
Did I see any injuries when I was other than the
No.
obvious? Okay.
I got a 4 with disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 7.
Okay, so we don't really know humans. So we don't really know. Humans are new to us.
These guys work.
They look gross.
Should
Gonna say it.
should we bring her on the ship? We know
What-
she's
what do
not
you-
dead.
Yeah, I mean, what's the best way to get her down and over here safely, I guess, is the question. Any ideas? I don't think I can help.
I can climb over and hold her still while we untie her. But if we drop her into the water, I don't know how well
Yeah, it seems like...
put together she is.
Vinfira, as a parrot, is like, when Celia says that, she's like, not good.
I can get some things in the water to help us and to swim her over if you can get her into the water. Then we just got to get her on the boat.
Well, if I pull the boat up next to the shipwreck, we shouldn't even need to put her in the water, depending on how stable the shipwreck is, if we can get to her. But if you can call a flying something to lift her and drop her over on the deck, that'd be cool.
The ship definitely looks like it's sinking, but just from the time you've been there, it's not going fast. Maybe it's gone a couple inches. Maybe.
So I think we could try. We could test out the, what's the word I'm looking for? We could test the integrity That's the word I was looking for. Test the integrity of the ship, and if it can hold our weight, we can get to her, and we'll just carry her back.
Could
Yeah, I
blast
mean-
holes into the ship and make it sink faster, and then it'll just lower her to us.
I don't know that it's a difference of height that's happening here. I think we just need to get next to the ship. Can I try to steer up like as close as possible to the shipwreck?
Yeah, you're already super close, so with ease,
Right.
you just go a little forward, and you're about like a foot away from the ship, side by side.
Celia, are you the strongest?
Yeah, I like to think so.
You want to pop over there and throw the damsel over your shoulder and bring her over?
Yeah, I can do that.
Great. Go do it.
Okay. I'm gonna jump onto the ship and like try to climb up to the person.
Benfira's gonna like kind of fly along and give, try and help out a little bit. Just kind of point out like
All right,
there's
as
a
you
good spot to
jump to
grab.
the other ship, give me an acrobatics with advantage.
I can
Nice.
do this.
That's sobriety.
This is whole.
Ooh.
That's a 6.
Okay, so you do jump to the other ship, but it is like that. So as you jump, it's very slippery and you fall and just start sliding down, basically until you've entered the water about halfway. So you're like waiting halfway and like you are able to grab the sides. So you slid down because it's very like wet on the deck.
I like look back up at the ship to make sure that Mizu's not there, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Ooh!
and then I guess I just like grab this side and like try to pull myself up like along the railing.
All right, give me an athletics check on that slippery,
Yeah.
difficult terrain.
24.
With ease, you pull yourself up.
Hey.
You're able to kind of reach out and grab onto the mast. And now you're exactly where this woman is, who again is like this, and she's just kind of looking at you.
Mhm.
Benfira's gonna say, "Grab her," and fly
Okay,
over to the rope.
I'll like
Alright.
like
She's gonna, like-
hug him still.
She's gonna like
Maybe-
start pecking at it to like break it.
Okay,
Maybe try to get consent, like blink if you're in trouble or something.
I'm pretty sure if you're saving somebody, you can get implied consent.
with the parrot pecking at the rope and holding on to this woman,
Incredible.
the rope's not very good, so it slowly unravels, and she slides out of the rope, and you hold on to her. Slippery, you both slide back into the water that of the part of the ship that's already in the water.
But yeah, in that case, I'll just like swim over, I guess.
I extended my hand out to help up with a nice guidance.
All right, with you helping and the parrot able to, well, you're kind of holding a person. So go ahead, athletics check with advantage, Celia.
Gotcha.
So many checks to get a body.
Hey.
This is why I never became a doctor. It's a dirty 20.
Yeah, you're able to get back onto Bakwajir's ship, and you have this woman.
Also, she's not a body yet because she's not dead.
All right, this
I confirm
woman,
she's
this,
not dead.
this femme-presenting entity.
Oh boy. Okay, well, I don't lay her on a couch or something. Does she need more healing? I can.
Yeah, like what's the vibe on her? Does she look like? Obviously, she was distressed, but is she looking sick? Is she looking just tired? You said she shouldn't have any wounds on her, but I don't know.
She
that
doesn't have any
there.
wounds. You can't really tell from her body because you really don't know humans if they're supposed to look like this or not. But mentally, everybody can roll an investigation check.
Mental investigation.
This is a kind of
You
an
said what?
unrelated question, but is the manta ray that's holding, like, guiding the ship experiencing, like, any negative effects from being in this water with all
Good
of
question.
the, like, deflated or bloated, exploded dolphins?
Would anyone currently conscious like to ask that question?
Damn it!
Girl, we're looking at this
was about
unconscious
getting
girl.
in the water and swimming because of that. So I was. I
Yeah.
would try to. How far out is it? is the manta ray able to like angle itself so it's not in the yuck, or is it definitely in the yuck?
Is definitely in the yuck. All right, so what's the highest investigation first?
Oh snap! I never mind.
got a
So you also
14.
get a D40 add to yours, Andrew, because I gave you guidance when I was
A
helping you
D4?
up.
Oh, heck yeah.
I rolled a nat 1. I don't nothing.
I've got an 18.
Nice, which is higher than my 15.
Celia, you've seen this before on the island after people face traumatic things. She looks in shock.
Looks like she's in shock.
And
Oh, we should get her a blanket.
Hey, how about heal that?
and Arista, you definitely see the manta ray is in the water. It's gyrating and moving. Looks like it's very uncomfortable.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right, yeah, you're able to get through a clear path, out, at least out of this murkiness around this sinking ship.
Okay. Benfira's gonna turn back into herself and not be a parrot anymore. She's just
Oh, hey.
Okay.
so sorry for that horrendous sound I was making. Oh, but it worked out in the end.
You
What
with
is it
wings
like?
to look.
What is it like not breathing, like being something that doesn't breathe water?
Oh, it's quite strange, I must admit. It is. In a moment.
Yes.
What does she need water?
Oh, maybe.
Start drowning her. Is she thirsty?
Vinfira, roll a medicine check.
Don't give the humans salt water and like poison.
23.
Salt.
She is most definitely dehydrated as well.
Quick, spit on her.
Okay. Benfira's gonna is there like, I mean, we obviously don't really have a concept of like fresh versus salt water, but is there like clean water? Like drinkable water?
On this boat?
I'm going to say that the only persons that would, in their canteen or water skin, that would have fresh water would be Celia or Seer. Because everybody else, there's just nowhere to get fresh water. I mean, maybe in the kingdom they can make fresh water, but you don't need it because you breathe salt water, so it really make no sense for it to be like, here's fresh water.
I've got this stuff that's
Benfira's-
really good for hangovers.
Oh.
There you go.
Takes that. Maybe she's hung over on the sun. She kind of turns and kind of is just holding it out uncertainly.
She doesn't move. Her eyes are... I guess she's just laying on the couch, is where you put her?
Because Mizu's on. Well, where's
Or-
Mizu on the?
I think
Is
Mizu
she on the couch?
Yeah, where are you at?
I
On the
was
couch?
I was on the couch.
Yeah. So we just have to
On
set
the
her on
floor.
the bed.
Okay, so she's
On the
laying on her...
couch.
She's laying on her side on the bed, and she's definitely, like, not looking at you guys, and you're holding out this water skin or whatever you're holding out. She doesn't seem to be taking anything.
You might have to help
Benfira's
her out.
yeah, Benfira's gonna try and like, sit her up a little bit, or like ask Celia to do it, because she's like, Celia, can you help me? Like, I don't want her to, when you breathe water the wrong way, it makes your throat all
Yeah.
funny.
I don't know.
Just
I
hold her
could
up a little
hold-
bit.
Okay.
And Benfira's gonna like slowly pour a little bit into her mouth.
She swallows.
Oh!
We gotta hit.
Gets on.
You did it!
Yay! She's gonna keep giving her like little
Everyone cheers.
sippies.
Um,
Just like a
As you're giving her water, she just starts to cough, choke on a little bit. Maybe her throat's really dry.
oh
Yeah.
oh
And just kind of
No.
just looks down at the bed, and you just see tears start running down her face.
oh
Oh, look, she is hydrated.
Don't waste those. We just put that in there. Put it back. Stop. Oh god. She's
Oh.
leaking.
oh! Is that normal? Does that
This
usually
isn't-
happen?
This isn't. What? No. Okay. Sometimes people on land leak water from their face, and it does not mean that they are hurt, but they could be. So
Oh
that doesn't-
oh!
options.
Do you want more water,
confusing.
Landwalker?
Landwalkers are weird. I can't. I'm so sorry.
She opens her mouth. And
She
before we see
offers
what she
more.
says, we're going to take a quick bathroom break. So we're going to
Of
go
course we are.
What she said?
do a quick bathroom break. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching. We will see you in a second. Goodbye. Hey, everybody. Welcome back from the bathroom break. We had a good time. All right, we're back on Bakwajir's ship. We just started. We're back on Bakwajir's ship. This woman has just opened her mouth. And
Ugh.
she asks, "Am I dead?"
Not
Nah.
yet.
Real close
Arista?
though. You're real close.
No. Oh my goodness, no. Darling,
What? That's
you are...
the truth.
She doesn't need the...
She wrote a whole
You're
letter.
still... Mm,
Okay.
Can I lay you down? I'm gonna lay you down, okay?
I think
You're
she's
fine,
already
dear.
on the bed.
you're very
Oh,
much
yeah.
still alive.
Where am I?
Where are we, Arista?
We're on a boat.
Somewhere between Shark Food Island and Yarmouth.
We can take you back outside if you want to see.
I want to go home.
Where's that?
I'm from Wimding City.
Ooh.
Have you heard of
I don't know what that is.
I've heard of Wangding City. Not near here, but on the way will be that area eventually. So technically, I guess. I kind of look
What?
around. It's near Supplin for y'all who don't know. It's the neighboring city. One of the neighboring cities, I guess.
What
Sorry,
happened to your ship?
I don't know. She took my family.
Who
It-
did?
Is she the mage?
Yes.
Oh dear, it's alright.
Did the mage do the bloaty dolphin thing? Is that also connected, or
I don't know.
Jason? Damn.
Okay, one step at a time, dear. She kind of looks around, my goodness. Wow, we were woefully underprepared for this exact situation. I must admit, here, can I give you some more water?
Thank you.
She kind of like gently hands the cup over, and kind of stands up.
Don't use all of that. It's really good for hangovers.
Celia, she's dying. No, you're not dying. You're no longer dying. You're in good hands. What do you landwalkers eat exactly?
I don't understand.
Oh,
What are you?
We're monsters.
I'm Alyssa.
Okay.
I bet she just eats food.
Sisters. It sums
Right.
it up pretty much.
We are a family, just like the one that you have. We come
I
from an
look over
underwater.
at Benthira.
Ooh.
Minfir is smiling really convincingly. Hopefully, she's like,
Roll a persuasion check.
4.
She just kind of scoots back on the bed against like the headboard, just kind of staring at all of you. Kind of looks over and sees Mizu, and then right then the basket pops open and Ganon sticks his head out.
Oh!
She just kind of looks around. Please, I can get you money. I can get you whatever you want.
Oh, no,
Arissa's
no.
gonna pop up onto the bed next to her and use her silver tongue ability to say the right thing at the right time and tell her, it's okay. You had an accident, but we're here to help.
You look like a fish.
Well, kind of. I am an amphibian of a sort.
Okay. Let me.
Are you familiar with frogs? Or, lizards?
You're a talking frog.
I'm kind of a frog lizard thing. I don't really know.
I won't judge you. I want to find my family and get home.
We want to help.
You're right, darling. I understand that there's a lot going on. You wake up, and there's a parrot talking, and there's blue people, and fish lizard people. It's a lot.
Purple.
Bluish, purple, mauve, even, if you feel so inclined. We are princesses from an underwater kingdom. We are here to help. That's us. That's the pitch. I don't think I nailed that one, but I think it explains pretty well.
Basically, we are here to help. What do you need us to do?
Are you hurt?
If you're potty trained, we can take you home.
I'm so sorry. My family and I, we were taking a trip to the island of Fear. We heard my husband and I are scholars. Our family have been preparing a long time for this trip, and when we got there, we were attacked. And
What?
her name is Sylvana. She is... We had no idea. We were walking onto her land, and she was so cruel. She raised these corpses from the water and took my family's souls and put them in the corpses and sent them somewhere. And I tried to escape, but I don't know how to drive the ship, and I ran into something, and I've been out here for I don't know how long, and I ran out of food and water. And I don't know if I will ever see them again.
Oh dear.
That's the pits.
I can regrow my tail. Do you want to see?
What?
They're not really good at handling high stress situations, so you do have to
They're doing their best.
except my sisters, honestly, they don't really get any better. But we can help you if we can. What do you know about Sylvanas? That is the mage, I'm assuming, yes?
Anything in my library inside my bag of holding ever mentioned such a mage?
No. She calls herself Sylvana Darkwater? Something like that. Oh,
She's doing our thing.
okay.
All
we know is we've been reading stories about an old prison school on an island, and after it fell, there were rare artifacts that washed up on the island of Fear, and we were Dragon Tooth. That's what it was. Dragon Tooth.
Of course it was.
And
it's always Dragon Tooth.
We went there, and we didn't know we were trespassing, and these... I don't know what they were. They were wearing the same outfits. I don't know. Maybe they were prison wardens that she brought up. I'll never go back. I swear I will never go back.
Well, darling, we don't own that island, so you don't need to plead your case to us.
Also, it's really it sounds not fun to go to a place called the Island of Fear with your family. You mentioned a husband. I'm assuming you have kids of a number
The
of.
letter did mention children.
I have 3 children.
Just read your letter, by the way.
My husband, Lucius. My name is Elena. And there's my son, Alden. And my girls, Lydia and Cassia. My son was our navigator, our cartographer. My husband is a prominent philosopher in Winting City. And then my daughters, Lydia is an extremely talented linguist, and Cassia is just so full of energy, just keeps us all positive. I've studied ancient relics and forgotten lore, and it was stupid. We thought we were prepared.
For what? What were you doing out there?
We wanted to bring some back.
Looking for powerful artifacts.
Everyone in the artisan district was excited for our adventure. We were supposed to return. We had read the stories about the Island of Fear. We knew we were heading to an island with powerful illusion magic. But we had no idea its strength.
That sounds like a very safe place to vacation.
But a really good place to hide a bunch of artifacts, so and it's a nice tandem. So you said your family was taken. Were they taken alive? Do you think that they are still?
Their bodies are on the Island of Fear, but their souls were put into these
Right, you did mention that.
For what
corpses with
purpose?
red jackets.
But why?
Sylvana told us we were trespassing, and this would send warning to all travelers to her island.
Price for trespassing there is a bit high.
This was how she punished us.
Sends a really strong message. So we need to get. Do you want the souls and the bodies, or do you just want the bodies? That just sounds like. You want the souls? We got to kill a bunch of people. You want the bodies? You just got to steal them. I'm not sure you're. Like, you just want the ceremony of burying your family. I mean, it
Pretty
seems
sure
like.
she would want her family back if that's possible.
Do we think we can do that? I mean, putting souls and trading bodies doesn't seem like a.
I don't know.
Well, maybe we can try to figure it out and help this poor woman who's just told us her entire horrible life story before us and needs help. What if we just gave it a shot? She looks at everybody like very pointedly.
I mean, I'm not against going up fighting the evil hag necromancer or whatever. I was just asking some clarifying questions.
Achievement unlocked. Return
Oh.
Elena Loggins home for experience points. Get her family's corpses, higher experience points. Get her souls back into her body's back, extreme experience points.
Any idea where she sent the corpses?
She tells you that the corpses of her family are on the Island of Fear, and the corpses she raised from the water that put the family souls in scattered them amongst these islands.
All among the islands. Okay. Well, I suppose we should let you decide what we do first. We could go steal the bodies first and then look for the souls, or we could collect all the souls, but I don't know what would happen to their bodies in the meantime.
Well, I think it's on the way, so we would just have to pick them up when it comes by, right?
Okay.
I was also just curious if we were to go, just throwing out another option, if we were to go to the evil mage and end her, would then we could get the bodies, and I don't know if that would stop the magic or reverse it. But if we started there, because if we just killed the people with the souls, then I think she'd know about it. I don't know if that would just revert them back to the bodies. That's the weird magic-y part that it's unclear to me. Perhaps we could con her. It's typically easier to unwork magic if you have the original caster.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. So this island where she is nearby?
Elena will tell you she came from the Island of Fear. So, from the shape of her ship, the back is pointing towards the Island of Fear. And you will notice you were going in the direction right by the beach Island of Fear. Your 14 wasn't taking you straight to Yarmouth. It was kind of angled.
I see. So I was actually being psychic.
Your 14 made you run into Elena.
Whoops. My bad. Found a side quest.
You're just in a silly mood.
Also, all of this is optional. I always want to put that out. None of this is required.
I feel like around this time Mizu finally wakes up because of all the commotion, and she just sits straight up and like sees everybody in front of her. She has like dark like bags under her eyes, looks extremely hungover, and just looks up and goes, "I'm hungry."
Venfira kind of goes, she just like this, just like a and just stares and lets Mizu just gives Mizu a second to take in the scene.
I feel like with the silence she kind of just like raises an eyebrow and is like, well, you know, that's what her attitude is giving.
Are there, I'm assuming since this is a multiple day trip, we have like rations and such?
Yeah, whatever you have in your inventory.
The good berries will keep you nourished for 24 hours. So if you ate one of those, you get 1 hit point and you have a full day's nourishment.
Ooh!
So I got you covered.
How close were they like in my vicinity? If I just looked up and like was looking at y'all, would I be able to see them?
It's like on your pillow next to you.
Oh, okay.
She left them for you.
She's gonna kind of turn and I guess pick one up and just look at it and go. And eat it like very, very slowly.
Are there 1 or 2 on the pillow?
2.
There were 2 for everybody.
Venfira's gonna go ahead and yoink that, and offer it to Elena.
Mizu's gonna go, what the hell? I just said I was hungry. Why the fuck are you taking my food?
You only need 1, Mizu.
Arissa's gonna silently hand her like a ration packet.
That good berry is filling. That's a girl dinner right there, okay?
Mizu's gonna be like, and kind of take it from Arista with like a little wink. And as she just starts munching, she's gonna look up and go, so who's that?
Well, her name is Elena, and we just saved her from a shipwreck. And her family, well, a witch separated their souls from their bodies, and now we have to put them back together if we want to.
Y'all want to do that?
I mean, it does sound like a thing that we should do.
Why?
Well, that is very princessly of us, and this seems like a fun way to kill time.
Plus,
it's like on the way though, right? Like we don't have to go out of our way to do this, right? I think we're on a schedule.
that is correct. So it is also efficient. Plus, I do believe it would help in our diplomatic mission to make connections with landwalkers. She is one. So if we do this for her, perhaps she can put in a good word with the other landwalkers.
And we don't have any contacts in Winding City currently, so that could be a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would look quite good for the kingdom, I must admit.
Would Mizu have any contacts of Winding City?
No.
I feel like she'll just keep eating. She'll go, okay, fair enough. That's it though. She doesn't like address this woman or like pay much thought or look at her for very long. She just goes back to her food.
Probably best that way, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. But Jared's gonna like turn back to Elena and offer the berry over to her. This will keep you full for a day.
Thank you. And she'll take it while looking at Mizu, kind of terrified.
She does bite. So be careful.
So just to break it down, what we have to do here, we need to get the bodies and not get in no order, or we can decide the order. We need to get the family's bodies from the Island of Fear. We need to find the bodies find the bodies the souls have been put into that could be on any of these islands, and then we need to assumably handle this Sylvana Darkwater.
That sounds about right.
Oh, I mean, 2 parts seem easy. I think that the bodies and Sylvana are like they're probably near each other. The finding the people who I don't know what they look like might be like a needle in a haystack.
They have red coats.
But
They're
make it
wearing
water.
red coats.
They could change those, but maybe they don't.
Well, they're corpses, so
Oh, they
I
don't
don't think
stand
they
out?
have much brain power. I don't know that they would think to do that. And if the souls of her family are in there and they're taking over with their consciousness, I don't think they would want to be unrecognizable.
I was also thinking about that. She says she scattered the souls. So
Yeah.
are these things that are these souls in control of the body, or are they just like powering the body? Because why wouldn't her family just come back and she can hear me? But why wouldn't her family just like
Elena does
come
not
back?
know.
Okay. It doesn't. Okay, that makes sense. So maybe we can, if we find one, we can gauge their personality, see if they're just an evil, ugly zombie, or if they want a hug from their mother.
Well, she did say it was to teach people a lesson, and I don't think it would be a very good lesson if people didn't understand the message. And the message was, don't come to my house. So they probably would have to know that the average person who runs across this corpse would have to be able to tell that it has the soul of somebody else in it for it to be a threat.
So I'm thinking Island of Fear, and then the 3 closest islands that would know about the Island of Fear.
That seems very logical.
Go team! All right.
Yeah.
So I don't know what those islands would be. On our map, we can. Does it have the Island of Fear on?
Yeah, the
maps
islands
have
are on
the
the map.
islands on them, right?
Yep.
Okay, so can we like move the conversation to a map and start to look at that and try to
Maps?
figure?
Mizu gets from the couch and kind of like motions for them to put like a map down there for for it to be spread out. And she'll she's gonna go and grab Ganon and like start petting him as a ruse. She's not being helpful.
Okay, Ganon is currently just Ganon.
We have the seat though. It's just like so nice. Wow. Okay.
Go. All right.
You know what? Mizu's gonna actually do one more further too. She's gonna walk over to Elena for the first time, and
There's a bit of an echo.
Oh, sorry.
Mute yourself. She's gonna walk over to Elena, and she's just gonna do her thing that she does all the time. Pleased to meet you, Princess Mizu Minu. Let me help you out a little bit. She's gonna cast create water, and she's going to create it, or no, shape water. I mean, she's gonna take some of that water from the canteen, and she's gonna freeze it and kind of make a little ice pack that she's gonna put on top of her head.
Thank you
It's
so
like
much.
these 2 different people. Crazy.
It's very kind of you.
I'm not used to being out in the heat, so I assume that, like, after being out there, like my sister said you were for forever, you've got to be fucking hot, so thought I could help.
I spent just a few hours out in the heat and I started getting all warm and tingly, and not in the good way.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to be back in the water again. This was nice, but long term, I don't think this is for me.
I feel like I need some kind of portable shade of some kind that I can carry with me.
You can put on a hood.
I've seen those.
Hmm.
They call them umbrellas.
And back
Are
home, I
they-
have many magical items that could help. I mean, if you have magical items, I could probably help you decipher what they do. Maybe something you have could help. I mean, it's really my only skill.
Ooh, what do we have? What do we have?
Oh, I brought all the stuff I have. Like I brought with me, so I'm pretty.
It's
What all
really
did-
my only skill.
What all did Father pack in your bag, Mizu?
Let me see. And she's gonna kind of just stick her head in it and just start throwing things out, like carelessly onto the floor from the bag.
Hey, didn't you go shopping?
Yeah, but all that stuff got left on the island. Remember?
Well, it
Yeah.
got destroyed.
So your father put shells in your bag, makeup in your bag, and that box with the dehydrated pufferfish. That is now an open box.
Yeah, she just is gonna throw it all carelessly out, and then she's gonna go, "Oh yeah, this!" And she's gonna reach like into her pocket, and she's gonna pull out the Book of Shadows that Voskar gave her. She's gonna go, "Do you know what this is?"
She's just gonna stare at it. That is a very evil book.
Yeah, I know.
That's not going to help you in a way that you want.
Well, it's a good thing that like I have it and somebody else doesn't, then, right?
I mean, I could spend some time deciphering it, but to be honest with you, I don't want to touch that book.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't. Like my friend is gonna come and like talk to you, the turtle, and it's gonna be like probably really freaky, especially since you're kind of like out of it right now. So
He won't stop talking to you either. It's just keeps
Yeah.
coming.
He's got a really big mouth on him, but I can hold it for you like this. She'll kind of open it up and like hold it forward to like the first open page for her.
She's going to like back up out of the bed and like stand up and almost like fall against the wall. I really do not want to look at that book. I'm sorry.
I mean, something she doesn't
right.
want to do.
I mean, she said it's evil, but like obviously she knows more about it than we do. Maybe it can be helpful.
What sort of evil is? I mean, obviously you don't really want to touch evil and engage with it. It's evil. It's kind of in the name. But why are you so fearful of this particular text?
I have read a lot about artifacts blessed by the god of death, Bruntoro, and I do not need to sit with that book to know that it will bring you nothing but pain and power that will consume you and kill everyone you love. That won't help you here. I don't believe that will help you. And you said you were a princess of a kingdom? If you want my advice, burn that book. Destroy it.
I don't really think Ganon would be like cool with that, but since you know a lot about this book, there's also another book I'm looking for that's kind of similar to this one. Maybe you might have an idea of what I'm talking about. I don't want to freak you out and like just name drop it, but
I mean, she's already mentioned that she's familiar with some of Bruntoro's artifacts, so I'm also curious to know if you've got any hints or ideas about it.
This is kind of a lot to put on a stranger we just rescued from a shipwreck.
she'd be dead if it wasn't for us. She can help.
Maybe give her like 20 minutes.
You need 20 minutes? I can come back. I can make you some more ice.
You're speaking about the death book, aren't you?
Yeah.
Please don't kill me.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna kill you. I literally gave you my berry, and then I made you some ice. Like, if I wanted to kill you, you'd already be dead.
How reassuring.
Well, it looks like the three closest islands are Isle of Red, Island Banter, and No Man's Cross. So either way we're going, we've got some time. So maybe we should just sit on opposite sides of the ship and just breathe. Or come up with a plan. something productive. I don't know. This just seems.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I assumed from a kingdom you would have items that could help you, but my apologies.
What about this? Arissa's gonna scoop up the blowfish.
That just... She's gonna take it. Can I have some time?
Oh yeah.
Okay, she's gonna take it and sit with it
Yes.
and study it. What would you guys like to do while she studies?
I'm gonna drive the ship.
Mizu's gonna sit exactly 20 minutes on the second and ask her again in 20 minutes.
Okay, so I guess 20 minutes passes and she stands up and she's got a smile on her face. And she says, if I'm correct, this is a very powerful item. Where did you come by this?
Daddy gave it to me.
May I try something?
Yeah, sure.
She's going to look around at the stairs and then start to go up the stairs to the top deck.
I'm
Ooh,
definitely
I'm gonna follow.
Vinfira's gonna find something to like cover up with, and also follow.
Also following.
She's
Yeah,
going
also.
to walk to the edge and just throw it in the water. Goes down in the water.
Oh, well.
Is it supposed to be like doing something?
I'm sorry, I thought... And then after a second, this blowfish just bobs in the water with a little top hat on. And he goes, hello!
Did it?
Hi.
How joyous! Oh,
Wow,
Yeah.
it's so kind of you to give me some water. I guess it's only reasonable that I give you something in return. What would you like?
The death book.
No, Mizu. You have to
Straight
help
to the straight to the point.
As soon as you give Ganon what he wants, he's not going to give you any more power.
Elena will say, I mean, this is a very powerful item, and I could never ask you to use it on me, but I've heard of this. It's called a fancy fish, and they can
It looks fancy.
they can bestow incredibly powerful items that are incredibly specific to what you need. And the good thing about this item, you should really consider yourself lucky, is that it's not just one use. Later on in your travels, whenever you need it most, he will come back to you and grant you something else. It's
Ooh.
kind of with you for life now.
Oh, so, can you give us something that will restore a removed soul to its original body?
Oh, I could absolutely do that.
Yay!
You
That's
mean
much better than I was gonna say.
something to put souls in a body?
Yeah, or like
You could like
put-
take him out
they're
and
in
put him in.
a wrong
So-
body to move him from the wrong body to the right body.
Ooh.
a soul transfer system.
Yes, a soul transfer system. That would be perfect. I could package it in a nice little coral structure, and then all you have to do is whisper restore, and it would bring the soul directly into the body it's supposed to be in.
Can you make it so we can use it at least 4 times?
Yes,
Great.
but it seems I've been out for quite a long time, and I'm holding a very fancy party. So if you could help me, I could help you.
I love fancy parties.
This
Want
is
to
what
make some
you would.
tea?
This is what you would need to do. I'm hosting a little party underwater, and a long time ago I invited a lot of my favorite fish. If you could help me place my fish my guest in just the right position, whoever wins my little game would get the item. You need 5 people to play.
Oh, look at that.
This
Well,
sounds
works
boring.
out.
I'm not playing. Elena can take my spot.
Elena, can you breathe water?
Chance,
Land-
a chance to win.
Can
For her.
landwalkers do that?
I can hold my breath, but only for a couple minutes.
Mizu, please.
I mean, sounds like she's got it to me. I mean, y'all already are helping her by giving her the item from the fish. I mean, I wanted the book, but
Oh!
y'all want to help her.
You don't need to breathe underwater.
A bubble is going to pop up beside it, and it's going to show you way down in the ocean. And I've been waiting so long for this.
Finally.
It's the fancy fish game.
Oh my god, I keep back. No.
Yay!
There it is. That's exactly what I imagined. There it is.
Wow.
She's an
I thought it was gonna get us high.
critter.
So, in this game, it will show you this bubble down into the colorful parts of this coral reef where all these fish are, but you're going to play in a card form. This is how it works. You will select from cards that will reveal a fancy fish. They have a point value. Then you scroll down to the bottom, and there is bubbles where you can place the fish. Those have a negative point value. For example, you might choose, your card might be a whale for 10 points, but you might see a bubble that's -5. That would be 5 points. And then you roll a d4 and you times all that, but what's on the d4? The winner with the most points wins the prize.
Oh, okay.
So who's playing?
Sounds
All right.
fun. I'll play.
Okay.
Seer steps up.
Sure.
Oh, do I have? Yeah.
Elena's going to walk over to Mizu. I've been an extreme inconvenience to you. Please, this is yours.
I have an idea. I'll play in your spot just this once because this is really boring and it's not my thing. In return, once we help you get reconnected with your family, I want you to, work through this little trauma you're having about this little book and some paper and give me a little information. Can we do that?
I promise you, if you use whatever this fancy fish will give you to restore my family and bring them back to me, as soon as I get to Wimding City, I will praise your names, and whenever you come to Wimding City, I will research for you for this book. Though I warn against you looking for it, I will help you.
Perfect. I'm in, I guess.
And something about this item, it's yours. Forever. Unless you die.
Cool. Sounds useful.
So this is how we play. We're going to take turns. Everybody roll a d20 and we'll see the turn order.
Oh yeah. Look at us. Look at us all.
Low rolls,
3.
baby.
Oh, okay, so
Under
we
10
got...
club.
Alright, so we got a 3, a 9, a 6, an 8, and a 18.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so it'll be...
Come on, Vinfira.
Vinfira, Celia, Mizu, Arista, and then Seer. Okay, so all you have to do is use your mouse to click on the card that you want to select, and then after you've seen the points, you'll go down and click on a bubble. I'll delete that bubble to reveal the points, and then you roll a d4. So,
All right.
Oh, so we don't know how much.
yep, this is a
Yeah.
random. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Pure luck.
Can you see that I'm clicking?
Click again. No.
I'm clicking. Okay.
You can also do like a, you can give me like the coordinates. Like there's 4 rows, so you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then A, B, C, D. You can do it like that if you want. If your clickers.
Can I do 3 E?
This one?
The one right.
Oh yeah, that would be E or D. You get a dolphin, or no, an eel for 6 points. Now, where would you like to place this fancy fish in the party?
Minfira flips the card and goes, "Oh look, see here, it's like your snake."
Oh, that's funny.
And then she's going to go. She's gonna choose the bubble directly to the right of the balloons.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. -1 point. So 6 minus 1 is 5. Roll your d4.
3, 15.
15 points for Vinfira. And we're off. Celia.
I'm gonna do the bottom right corner.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's the pufferfish for 9. That's himself.
Ah.
It's a me.
I'm also gonna do the bottom right corner bubble.
9 minus 4, that's a 5. Roll your d4.
Alrighty. There's a 2.
10 points
10.
for Celia. Okay, Mizu.
I'm gonna do this one. I'm trying to circle it, but you can't really see it. It's the one on the far left, the first full row.
That one? Okay, that's 8 points for a giant clam. Which bubble?
I'm gonna do this bubble.
Which one?
I circled it. It's the top one up there.
Sort of in the middle.
Ooh. So 8 minus 5 is 3.
Plus 1,
Times
4.
1.
So
Oh.
3 points.
3.
Arista.
This one, please.
Octopus, 7 points.
Ooh!
And also, just to point out, they all have fancy hats for the fancy party.
Yes.
Of course they
Why's
do.
the octopus 7 points? Should be 8, right?
One for each tentacle.
Okay.
I'm going to place him sort of here next to the... I don't have any clue of the depth if this is actually next to the presents, but my line of thinking is I'm going to put him right here so he can help pass out all the gifts.
Okay, I love that. So
No!
8 minus 5, that's a 3. Roll your d4.
No. 3.
3 times 3 is 9. You get 9 points. Seer.
Oh my god. I'm gonna do. No one's done this, bro. I'm gonna do this one. Right here.
Clownfish, 6 points. Where are you putting the
Nemo.
clownfish?
Over here. Far left.
6 minus 3, so that's a 3.
I know.
3 times, what's the d4?
And a 3.
That's a 9-pointer for you. So far in the lead is Vinfira. All right, back to the top, Vinfira.
Okay.
Are you tracking these numbers?
Yes. Right now it's Vinfira 15, Celia 10, Mizu 3, Arista 9, Seer 9.
So make sure I need to write them down. I was like, wait.
I'm going to choose this card that I just circled.
Okay. Ooh, that's the highest point value. There's only a couple of those. A krill for 10 points.
I want an acrylian. I'm gonna choose
Acryli.
this bubble.
You circled it?
Yeah.
10 minus 5, that's a 5. Roll your d4.
That's it. I'm gonna put -5s everywhere.
That's
Another
fine.
3.
All right, yeah. The 5s are definitely the most. There's only a couple of -1s in there. It's like a lot of 5s, a lot of 4s, some 3s, few 2s, like 1 or 2 ones.
No whammy, no
I got
whammy, no
another
whammy.
15 points.
You have 30 total. Celia.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with this guy right here.
Oh, the measurement marker. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, a barracuda for 6 points.
Oh, vicious. Gonna go with this top guy over here.
-5, that's a 1. Roll your d4.
This could save it. 2.
You get 2 points at a total of 12. Mizu.
I'm gonna do this guy right here.
Where?
Right here.
Okay. 8 points.
Okay. And then let's go for this one.
Ooh, 8 minus 2, that's a 6.
Uh-oh.
Roll a d4.
This is it.
Could put you really far ahead.
12.
12 points.
All right,
Over 3.
Mizu's at 15, beating Celia's 12. Arista.
This
like
one,
bowling night.
please.
Sorry, which one?
This one.
Left of the
Yellow
krill.
circle.
Left of the krill? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
manta ray, 9 points. That's a big one.
Woo! Oh gosh.
Appropriate.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Let's
No whammy. No.
try this bubble.
Here we go. 9 minus 4. That's a 5. That's a big one. What's that d4 going to give you? Come on, 4.
Ooh.
20 points to Alyssa.
Yay!
That puts you at 29, only one below Vinfira. You are in second. All right,
We make
Seer.
run redemption. Is it? Oh, me. Oh my god. I'm gonna do. Let's go back to the top. Let's go right here.
Okay. Great white shark for 10.
Yeah.
Here's the minus.
And
This
let's
is the important
go. Stop. I'm stressed. You wouldn't put 2 5s next to each other, right? I'm gonna go.
part. That one? All right, 10. Drum roll. -1. That's a 9. What's your D4?
Okay. Okay, let me calm down. A 4.
Wow.
Nice.
That's 36 points. 36. That's 45. Yeah, 45. That puts you in the lead. Back to the top with Vinfira. Right now it's Seer 45. Seer 45, Vinfira 30, Arista 29, Mizu 15, Celia 12.
Okay, I'm gonna go with this one.
All right. Lobster for 7.
Lobster. All right, and this bubble.
7 -5, that's 2. Times 3, that's a 6er.
Lots of 3s today, apparently.
Celia.
A good number.
I'm gonna go with this gentleman right here.
That's a Manta Shrimp for 6 points.
Fantastic. Mantis shrimps are crazy creatures.
Yeah, they are. Strong.
A real thing? What?
This bubble right
Yeah.
here, 6
Yes, please.
-5, that's a 1.
Amazing. All right, the D4 could save it. That's a 3.
That's 3 points. That puts you at 15. You're tied with Mizu. Mizu.
Let's go for this one right here.
Dolphin 7.
And then let's go for this bubble.
Ooh, that's a 4-pointer. Let's see what the D4 gives you.
I'll take it.
12 points. Okay. I think we got a couple more rounds. 1, 2, 3,
yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Nah.
Well, that doesn't seem right. All right, one more round.
We're not at the bottom of the round yet.
Oh yeah. 'Cause I'm last.
Oh, you're last. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So we have 2 more in this round and then another round.
Yes, good call.
This
Good
one.
call.
Yeah. Yeah, it maps out right. You did. Look at
Sorry,
that.
which one?
This one.
Angelfish for 9.
Yay!
Beautiful.
Let's
Beautiful,
try this bubble.
9 -4. That's a 5.
Better than a 1.
True.
5 times. You jinxed it. You jinxed it so bad.
Silly competition.
We're not friends anymore.
Aww.
All right, Seer.
Let's go with between the 2 6s.
All right. Flying fish for
Not
6.
6.
The demon.
Let's go here.
6 -2. That's a 4.
4 times 3.
Very nice. That's a 12-pointer. That puts you at 57.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, last round, and then I'll reveal the points. Here we go.
All
Vinfira.
right.
I'm
gonna
sweating.
go here.
Blue Tang.
And I'll do
8 minus
this one.
8 -5. That's a 3 times 2, so that's 6 points. All right, Celia.
I'm gonna go with this lad right here in the 3rd row.
6-point seahorse.
Okay. And I'm gonna choose this bubble in the bottom left corner.
6 minus 5, that's a 1 again.
I was thinking about this time, so I'm really glad you took it off the board.
Okay, you got 4 points. Nice. Mizu.
Let's go for this guy in the top right.
Dang it.
Blue whale for 6.
Boo. Let's go for this bubble right here. Boo!
D4 it.
This rigged.
You got 2 points. All right, Arista.
Let's try this one.
Swordfish for 6.
Maybe with this bubble over here.
6 minus 4 is 2.
3.
That's a
6
6 points. All right, and Seer takes the last one.
I got the heart of the cards.
Which
Show
is
me the money.
Box
Yeah!
jellyfish for 7.
Let's go here.
Okay.
I like that there are more bubbles than there are
Yeah.
cards.
Didn't count right. 7 minus 3 is a 4. Let's see what that D4 is.
Oh yeah, so sorry.
4
A
times. Oh, so that's a 4-pointer. Okay,
It's bound to happen eventually.
the totals. The winner, with 61 points, is Seer. It was Seer 61, Venfira 42,
Wow.
Arista 40, Mizu 29, Celia 19.
Yeah.
With that, you see a party going on under ocean through this bubble. The bubble pops. The fancy fish just kind of spins, yahoo! And from behind him comes this coral, almost like a donut shape with this coral. At the opening of a coral, another one comes out and opens, and another one, and just kind of goes in a circle. And it's got like this, like a bubble has that like iridescent shine in between it. It's almost like you took a bubble wand out and still got that film in it. And it floats up in the air, and you now have a soul restorer that will bind 4 souls back to its original bodies if you place next to them. And the fancy fish spins and said, "See you next time," and whoop, dives into the water.
So
Oh my
anytime I want something, we're gonna have to do that again.
Maybe it'd be a different
I
party, so you know,
I
or
think it's more like any time he decides to visit.
A time of great need.
honestly, that's kind of I like that deal. He just shows up when he wants something, and then he gives you something. You know,
In
Not
I
just-
wish
By
people
yourself.
always gave me something when they needed something from me.
And not just
Nice.
something super specific that you ask for.
He's like, "I'll give you
Yeah.
anything you want for helping me," and I'm like, "Okay,
You just
sure."
have to play a game.
It also seems appropriate that Seer would be the one to get it, considering that you already do sort of next door to necromancy things.
I don't think it
Oh my god, thank you.
I thought it
I would
was.
have picked you anyway. We could have just chosen, like, this is the person who should hold it.
This won't
You can all have
happen
one if you-
every time, but go ahead and gain 150 experience points for unleashing one of the most powerful magical items in the Silver Seas.
Yay! 150.
150.
Thank you.
And for everyone playing at home, that'll put them at 68,750.
Yes.
All right. Elena will tell you all, that she's, really sorry she inconvenienced you, but you all seem very exotic and interesting and willing to help and kind. And she's sorry if she seemed a little in shock, but she's literally lost everything. So
That's okay. You didn't do it on purpose.
It's not every day a bunch of underwater princesses come and save you from a sinking ship and vow to save your family. So I mean, take your time. Take your time.
It's cool.
Have you? I have
We
to
get it.
ask. Have you seen people like us before?
Clearly not. She asked
Never.
what we are.
I didn't even know people lived under the water.
Another question: have you seen other things that look like those dolphins? Is that a common occurrence over here, or is that a new thing? Are people investigating the weird fat dolphins,
Oh.
or
Or just people also getting really big and vinegary.
You know, I haven't seen it of people, and I didn't really think much of it, but I did see a similar thing happen to an alligator in the in the swamps of the Living Gate.
Interesting.
Well,
Can we ask her to show us where Wemding City is on our map if it, like, is big enough to show where it would be? I guess, like that area, even though it probably wouldn't be marked off.
Yeah, so it's not really marked on your map, but she will point, and if anyone has a utensil, some writing thing, she can.
Quill?
Perfect. She will draw on. There's a lot of empty space to your right on your map, and she will literally draw it in, and now you have revealed on your map. That didn't work. You have revealed. She'll draw out Van Greech and Wemding City.
Ooh.
So that is now revealed on your map.
boop, it's right there.
Right. Boom. Ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, boop. Bop.
While we're talking about maps, was bad at math. I accounted for the Isle of Red, Isle of Banter, and No Man's Cry. That's 3 islands. I forgot there was a 4th person. Do you think they could have gone to Ballyhoo or the Vanishing Chain? Those are like
She
close.
tells you she has no idea where the bodies were sent. They're just scattered to different islands.
Well, I feel like our first, like,
Kinda
logical step is to go to the Island of Fear, right? Shouldn't we go where everything went
Well,
down?
Isle of Red is right on the way.
Yeah, they're all like Isle of Fear is the furthest away. But Isle of Red is close, and then Isle of Fear we go that way. Yeah, I think.
I mean, whatever wastes the least of our time. I mean, they're kind of expecting us in Yarmouth.
What are they gonna do till we get there? I mean, they're waiting for
True,
us.
we are princesses. People are used to waiting on us.
To be fair, Bakwajir is waiting for the ship.
Mhm.
Yarmouth is not a diplomatic stop, so they are not expecting the princesses. Just to make that clear.
Mm-hmm.
They're just expecting the delivery of this vessel. Which we
That's what I
promised.
meant. I just didn't word it eloquently.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We promised we would do that.
So maybe we can go to the Isle of Red first, because that's close, and then we can see if we can find one of these souls, see what that interaction looks like. If that seems to be a lot, or like, we gotta fight them or trappings, we don't know. We'll learn something, truly, and then we'll have more information before we go to Darkwater. So at least we'll have seen one of these creatures, and also we can see if our items work as they're supposed to. Okay, wait. With that, should we wait to do that item thing if they pop back up in their bodies and she has the bodies and we aren't there?
Right, yes, we need to have all of the bodies together, probably. Also, the way it was worded when it was described did not specifically say whether it could be done one soul at a time, or if once we activated it would be all 4 souls. So.
Do we have to
Always
build like
tricky
a
with that
little
wording.
jail?
Sorry?
Do what?
Do we have to build like a little jail for these walking corpses?
I guess it depends on when we find them, how hard they are to restrain. Like,
Okay.
maybe they only had enough locomotion to get where they were going.
Mm-hmm. We could get rid of their
Whatever.
limbs too.
I was gonna say just chop their limbs off.
Yeah.
They don't
mhm.
need them. I mean,
And they probably can't
do-
regrow them like I can.
Yeah.
You like to mention that a lot. That's kind of a interesting, but also a little kinky is the wrong word, but it's on that track. But also cool.
I've just never met anyone else who can do that.
Yeah, my tails don't grow back.
Yeah.
They're just kind of there, so I like them. They're attached permanently, hopefully. So Isle of Fear. I assume that's where we're. I mean,
Isle of Red.
Rissy, if you Isle of Red, correct? Sorry, if you will.
Here we go.
Okay, so
God.
I need a check from Arista with the proficiency because this has to deal with navigating the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you really only have the map here because there's no islands around that you can see. You do know the back of that ship of hers is facing towards the Island of Fear, so you can use that to kind of decipher with the map. So go ahead and we'll give you your strong one on this one. Give me an investigation check.
That is a 31.
I think you're going to go right to it.
Great.
Great. So as we sit back in the ship, Arista starts driving. Elena's going to go back into the ship with you guys, and we're going to take this journey towards the Isle of Red, and that's where we'll pause here for tonight.
Love it.
Sounds good.
Fantastic.
And also scary. Zombies.
Okay.
Let's go find some souls, y'all.
Let's go zombie
Perfect
hunt.
spooky season.
All right, we'll come back next time for episode 12, where we locate a soul on the Isle of Red. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you had a good time. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, please like, subscribe, and share. You've been so kind in the comments. Let's keep it going, and let's build this audience. Thank you guys so much, and make sure you tune in this Friday for episode 31? 32?
Oh god, I lost count.
It's an episode in the 30s for Into the Expanse. It's going swimmingly.
Into the 30s.
Anyways,
No pun intended there.
it's really awesome. Make sure you check out our Patreon, Adventures in Silvernell. Our TikTok is booming because Margaret Alice is really on top of that. Thank you so much. And just hit us up if you got any questions. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next Wednesday. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.